Good day, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. Yo, I was on such a remote control right now that I was like getting ready to do 90 words to your breakthrough. It's complete. I hope everybody enjoyed that series. So, welcome to the conversation. Today we're going to talk about, are you sabotaging yourself? Are you self-sabotaging? What are some of the signals? What are some of the things that you can look for or become aware of that would let you know whether you are self-sabotaging? I believe this question came from James Williams to have for today's conversation. And I was like, that's a powerful topic because I'm sure there are a lot of people. Hey, Naliji. There are a lot of people who can relate to self-sabotage, right? Hey, Kimberly, what up? So, hey, Shanika. Oh, the crew is in the building, baby. How y'all doing? Welcome to the conversation. This is Morning Talks with Ro. Y'all got y'all morning drink on deck? We are back in the mix. Today we are going to talk about self-sabotage. Raise your hand if you think you might be self-sabotaging. What a good conversation today, right? Shanika says, I just had a liquid gold wellness shot. Bless up. That sounds fantastic. Where's mine? Liquid gold wellness. Hello? Hey, Shirley. Okay, Kimberly says, I have a great post about self-sabotage. Hello. So there must be a few people that have dealt with self-sabotage or are dealing with self-sabotage. And all right, Chalet, come on with your transparency. I love it. And we're going to talk about some of the ways that people self-sabotage. And because I like to do things in threes, I'm going to bring up 3 ways today that we self-sabotage. So should we get started? Hey, Mew, welcome to the conversation. Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. Y'all ready to chop it up? And let's see the deliciousness that's waiting and willing to come out in this conversation that's about to grow us exponentially and hopefully create breakthrough for somebody that's listening to the conversation today. Ooh, shout out to self-sabotage, being obliterated, baby. Okay, so there's several ways that we can self-sabotage. I'm going to point out 3 ways that are pretty major, okay? The first way that we're going to tackle is, hey, Michael. Hey, Tanya. Welcome to the conversation. The first thing that we're going to tackle about self-sabotage is a feeling, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, a feeling of unworthiness. Let's talk about that part of the sword first. If you don't feel deserving of something, you might sabotage it because of that. A lot of people can relate to that, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. If you get a career position that you feel like you didn't earn, or that you just don't know how you got in that position, or maybe you don't feel like you're equipped enough to be in that position, you may sabotage your possibilities with that because you feel that level of insecurity. You feel that level of unworthiness. You feel a level of being undeserving. That is a way that people self-sabotage. So one of the things that I would say have to do immediately is to uncover where in yourself do you feel unworthy. Where did you get that thought? Where has it been reinforced in your life? What thoughts have you been turning over in your mind over time that have pretty much anchored a feeling of unworthiness or undeserving? Because if you don't uncover it and you don't deal with it head on, you could potentially continue to sabotage opportunities for yourself in different areas of your life until you deal with it. So a lot of the things that you may desire, this beautiful vision that you may have for yourself in your mind, it may not get the opportunity to come to fruition if you don't deal with your feelings of undeserving. If you don't deal with your feelings of being unworthy to yourself, right? If you feel like you're unqualified for a position, for a job, then what do you need to do within yourself You know, what do you need to give to yourself? Who do you need to surround yourself with? What do you need to surround yourself with that's going to start putting you in a position of feeling more worthy? If you guys ever feel like you would like to dig into some of the things that I bring up in Morning Talks with Ro, come and get a coaching session with me today, because I know that this is a major issue for a lot of people that they need to face so that they can get out of their own way, so that they can actually experience success. They probably need somebody like a coach or a mentor. If you don't have one and you need one, come and see me. I am willing to give almost like 50% off of your first visit with me. And this is just for this conversation, because I know that a lot of people are in their way with this. A lot of people are self-sabotaging, and they don't realize that if they don't face it and they don't uncover what needs to be uncovered, they might continue to sabotage themselves and not get the opportunity to experience the love they want, the relationships overall in their life that they desire, career opportunities. You might be sabotaging so much stuff and don't realize it. And you got to face your stuff, heal it, and then let's open your prosperity box already, right? Let me see what you guys are saying before I move forward. This topic is lit. We are so spiritually connected. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm so glad. Hey, James. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, Polly. Thank you. So, first bit of self-sabotage, right? We just established it. It is a feeling undeserving, unworthiness. Maybe like you didn't earn something. If that's the case, deal with that. Find out where that is. What is rooting that? What is anchoring that inside of yourself? Where did it come from? And you got to work on healing that so you can get out your own way. Now, the other side of that sword, remember I said it's like a double-edged sword. There's something called, it's like congruency. Another word for that would be integrity. Another way of thinking about that would be how I feel about myself on the inside, how I think about myself. Usually I'm looking for its reflection on the outside. And if something does not reflect back to me what I'm thinking about myself on the inside, I may sabotage the situation in order for my comfort zone to be in place. So for example, let's say that you don't feel qualified enough, you don't feel smart enough for something, you don't feel pretty enough for something, but there's an opportunity that comes into your life that says, hey, no, you are pretty enough for this. Or, hey, no, that doesn't even matter. We want you for this aspect of yourself. But because of your idea that you have anchored in your own mind about your unworthiness, about that's not really who I am, that's not really how I am, because you already have this idea of yourself and your outside environment is not reflecting it back to you, you may sabotage that opportunity or situation in order for you to feel more comfortable about where you're at, right? It's out of your comfort zone to put yourself into that position. So you're like, hey, that ain't me, man. Sabotage. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that interesting? You may have the thing presented to you. It's trying to come to you. It's trying to say that, hey, I don't even know what you think about yourself, but I want you for this reason, or I just want you in general. But because of this idea that you have planted in your mind about yourself, you don't allow yourself to have it. You sabotage it. Isn't that interesting? Hey, Kate. You said, you have to keep up there. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Eliminate procrastination and become aggressive and assertive to achieve your goal. Yes, procrastination is another way that we self-sabotage. A lot of that, we're going to get there. Okay, let's see. Shirley says, I'm having self-sabotage issues because my clients don't make new appointments. This is because of the holiday season, but my mind is going all places. Now, what would make you say that is equivalent or equal to self-sabotage, Shirley? Because that to me just sounds like you're concerned that your business might take a hit, maybe on your bottom line, your money, which is not necessarily self-sabotage to me. It's just a bit of worrying that you're doing. So tell me why you think that's self-sabotage. All right. Okay. So that is, hey, Trenton. So that is, hey, sorry about that. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but maybe some apps, they're like, get out the way. This doesn't apply to me. So, Okay, so that is the first way that we're tackling about self-sabotage. That is the double-edged sword of unworthiness and congruency, meaning the outside environment does not reflect what I think about myself on the inside, and because it is out of jurisdiction with my comfort zone, I'm going to self-sabotage. You may be doing it unbeknownst to yourself. A lot of the times we are. We don't even know that we are sabotaging ourselves and our opportunities because they don't match who we thought we are, or they don't match the fact that we feel unworthy or whatever, right? Okay. Second thing that we can do to self-sabotage is to not allow ourselves to be vulnerable. Right? There are certain experiences that if we would like to experience it, if we would like to have it, you've got to allow a certain level of vulnerability to get to it. So, for example, one of the easiest ways to talk about it, of course, is romantic relationships, right? Somebody may be waiting for the love of their life to come along, or just another love, hello. And you're so afraid of having your heart hurt, or you're so afraid of somebody seeing your deep, dark, dirty secrets, or some of your most hurtful spaces, that because you feel like it's too big of a sacrifice to make, it's too big of a bargain chip to give up, you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable. And so the same wall, and I just did a video in the 90 Words to Your Breakthrough about this, the same wall that you're putting up to protect yourself is the same wall that is keeping out the experience that you want. Like there's just got to be somewhere in yourself where you say, it is worth me taking the leap and allowing myself to be cracked open so that I can experience more of what this life has to offer me, more of what love can mean to me and how it can show up in my world, more of what opportunity can be for me if I allow myself to be vulnerable. So if you're afraid of vulnerability, there's probably a very, very strong reason why you are. And if you need assistance with helping to get past that, come and see your girl. Get yourself your first coaching session with me for like half off, okay? I'm offering that in this call, in this chat. If you want to reach out to me via private message and say, Ro, I want to take advantage of that. And I want to get the ball I want to get the ball rolling on my healing. I'm ready to take a bold step for myself. I'm ready to get out of my own way. I'm ready to stop self-sabotaging. Right? Okay. So vulnerability is huge, because sometimes it depends on what you feel like you need to hide. And guess what? Sometimes the thing that you're hiding is exactly the thing that somebody else needs to see that's going to connect them to you. But if you're hiding it, they don't know that you're the tribe. They don't know that you're in the same tribe. So it's so important for us to get more and more comfortable, even if it's baby steps, even if we keep chipping away, right? Because it's not easy. Vulnerability is very difficult for a lot of us. But if you keep chipping away, you just keep exposing a little more, little more, little more, then you can keep exposing yourself to more of the people that are actually intended to be in your life, that can really provide more value for your journey here. But if you're hiding it, little do you know, you're shutting out possibly the connections that are meant for you to have, but it's tucked into your vulnerability. Woo! Honey, let me see what you guys are saying. All right. What if always, okay. What up, bro? Hey, Evans. Kate, I hear you. I do enjoy the positive aspects of her chronicles. Because of this feeling, I procrastinate in working on my goals. Okay, there it is. Gosh, you guys want me to just speed ahead to the other thing, huh? Okay, we're getting there, baby. Well, I'm going to speak to that, Shirley. All right. That doggone vulnerability. Don't you know I hear you? So, okay, we've tackled vulnerability. Unworthiness, self-sabotage. Not willing to be vulnerable, self-sabotage. Third way that you can self-sabotage is a fear of failure. Shirley, other people in this chat. You know, there's something, it's very interesting because that can produce procrastination, right? You're afraid of failing. And if you don't do it, then how can somebody say you failed? There's another thing that people do. I know that there was someone who was working to get their real estate license, and they had failed the test twice, right? And it was like, okay, what's going on with that? And they're like, well, I really haven't studied that hard. Always finding excuses for why you didn't quite throw your whole self at something. And so because you don't throw your whole self at it, you can't really say that I went fully for it. And so, I'm not really failing. You know what I'm saying? But if you do throw your whole self at it and you don't find success on the other end of giving your all, maybe too heavy for the ego, right? But it's all an illusion, right? It's all the meaning that we give it. If we put that much weight on throwing our whole selves at something and it doesn't work out this time, this doesn't have to be the only time, right? This doesn't have to be the last time, right? Quite possibly you needed to fail on this level in order for you to step up to what you need to be, what you need to become, in order to not only get this into this position or whatever that you're searching for, but to sustain it, to maintain it. How do you know that this is not exactly what you need in order to crack open, to break off some bad habits? How do you know that this isn't exactly what you need in order to shift your mindset from a limited space of thinking in order to step into the next grandest version of yourself? Right? It's all a tweak in perspective. But if you let all the weight hold on, man, if I throw my whole self at this and I don't win, or I throw my whole self at this and I don't succeed, ouch. Ego. It's ego. That's it. And the ego can be tamed. And how can the ego be tamed? We give it more perspective. We keep stretching in what else it means. Because the ego, it's just protecting you. It's protecting your identity. The identity you've given yourself. The identity that you've chosen to believe in about yourself. Catch it, right? But you can change that. It's belief. You can change belief. You can change blueprints. It's take work. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can change it. So quite possibly it's time to shift in the amount of weight or gravity that you've given something so that you can allow yourself to truly play at 150%. And if you don't, for some reason, get to your goal this time, you're going to create another opportunity to get to it the next time. Can you imagine? A lot of the most successful entrepreneurs and just people who are thriving in their spaces, they didn't start that way. They dealt with a lot of failure, and they dealt with a lot of throwing their whole self at something, and it's still not coming to fruition just yet. It's part of the game. It thickens the skin. It helps you to become more relentless. It can. Or it can make you slink in a corner. Or it can make you procrastinate. Or it can make you, give up on yourself, right? So you have a choice. We all have a choice. What do you choose today? Right? A fear of failure gets in the way for a lot of people. But it deserves a tweak in perspective so that you can take the next bold step. You can operate in courage and take the next bold step. So I'm going to say it again. If you'd like to take advantage of a one-time fee coaching session with me, reach out to me in a private message and say, I want to take advantage of your 50% off, Ro, and I want to take the first step towards stopping. Or I don't even want to put the negative in there. I want to take the first step towards achieving the goals that I desire for myself, or having the life that I choose for myself. And I will be more than happy to help you take that next step. Okay? So let me see what you're saying. It's so worth it. Quick question. What if your environment is where you have to be temporarily, but people pull you to stay? What do you mean by that, Miss Lady? People pull you to stay. My goal is to keep staying on track and positive. Life is too short to hide things and always tell them how you feel. It's good to have journeys, and the truth is never give up and always try again. Bless up. Bless up. Sounds simple enough, not necessarily easy, right? So what did you guys want to share with me? I'm just only going to share those 3 things as it pertains to self-sabotage. Very, very powerful distinctions, though. And who in this chat is willing to be transparent enough to say if they are in the middle of self-sabotage, or they realize now after this conversation, wow, I don't think my do not disturb works anymore. Does anybody want to share whether they are in the process of self-sabotage, or whether anything that was shared in this conversation helped them to identify self-sabotage and they didn't know it. And like I said, if anybody would like to take the first step towards obliterating self-sabotage, come holler at your girl. Send me a private message. Tell me you'd like to take advantage of a coaching session, and we'll make it work. Let's make it work. If you're ready, I'm ready. Okay. You said people are comfortable and content, and I don't feel that, and self-sabotage I feel will occur if I stay. Okay, then yeah, you got a choice to make, right? Hey, Rel. Oh, you missed a good conversation about how to identify self-sabotage. Hello. So maybe you got to create a plan, Miss Lady. It's time to start planning for your next bold step, so that you don't have to stay in that space. And then also, while you're there, reworking your perspective about the people and the things there, and the benefit that you can not only get from the environment, but that you can pour into the environment. Hey, you guys, just so you know, PPU, my online coaching school, Personal Power University, is going to be starting its next round of transformation on September 24th, I think. We deal with a lot of this stuff, and I put people on field assignments. Like, we don't just hear the rhetoric. I'm giving you stuff to make this wisdom. Applied knowledge becomes wisdom. We could take in knowledge all day, right? But if we're not applying it, what does it really mean? We get out in the street and we make it do what it do. You feel me? So that you get real results from working with me, from working together, right? That's what it's about. So if that's something you're interested in, be on the lookout for that as well. September 24th. Personal Power University. And shout out to all the students that are in this conversation today. I know, Shirley. We have our annual retreat and vacation that's coming up in Vegas this year. So we come out of the digital world and into the physical one, so that we can hug each other's neck, and we have a weekend, an exclusive weekend of transformation and fun together. And we're doing that in Vegas this year. So shout out, yeah, baby. Shout out to my students and just the PPU family. Because once they come out of school, it's like, you know, it's just a fam. So I'll see you guys soon. It's really cool. Okay, so if no one has any questions of me, should we just go to your site? Kate, you can drop a message to me. You can go to my site and leave a message, or I recommend, since we're, and you're in this chat, just go to my private message on Facebook and send me a message and say that you would like to take advantage of the coaching session, and we'll make it happen. We'll do a live Skype coaching session. If you're getting ready to do that, Kate, I'm proud of you. Good for you. Good for you. That's what it's about. Taking control of what you can take control of. Hello? Woo! Yeah. Yes. Okay, you guys, it's been a wonderful conversation. I know I caught you in the middle of the day. People are at work. They got to do what they got to do. But I'm sending love your way. And if you think that this conversation can help someone else, go ahead and share it. Okay? Until next time, Morning Talks with Ro. Make sure you bring your morning drink next time. All right, bye.